you want to come up and discuss court service?
Sure. Make a copy for each of you.
Thank you.
These are my line items that I use for all the claims that I've been submitting in my proposal of what makes sense to me as to why or who would take over submitting the claims. County attorney would have knowledge of the criminal court transactions because they'd be the ones requesting the service for the transportation and the sheriff's service for the Ag County, as well as the juvenile. They would have knowledge of all the shelter, detention bills, service, subpoena fees, that type of thing. And then the civil, and then the magistrate miscellaneous. I think I could probably just give the claim to the auditor's office on those.
Why are they making this transfer? And I know some are.
Because I was at a district clerk's meeting, and of the 22 counties there, they pretty much said I was the only one that still had a county budget, that I shouldn't have a county budget because of the state office.
That's contrary to the one we had sent out one, and there were some clerks were doing it, some auditors were doing it, and some county attorney offices were doing it. So there were 3 different groups that were doing it. I'm a little concerned, and when you guys have firsthand knowledge, and say those that are passed to the auditor, they really don't know.
Well, the bill's going to come to me first, because it still needs to remain part of the court file if it's part of a court transaction. So when I would pass it off to the county attorney or the auditor.
You're giving your approval.
Right.
All right.
The bill wouldn't go directly to them. It's still going to come through my office.
Because in certain sections, we wouldn't really know if this is something that should be approved or not.
That's why it wouldn't make any sense for me to give, well, it just made more sense, in my opinion, to have, like Norma or Earl review the criminal and the juvenile transactions, because that is also intertwined with their office. Where if I give it to Joe or Renee or Jim,
that's my point, and that was my concern, because if you're not directly associated with it, the auditor's office may not have any clue about whether that should be an approved claim or not. As long as you give your approval, then
and the same thing for that law library down there. The bills would continue to come through me.
Okay.
It's just basically a difference of who's initialing the bottom of the claim is all it really is.
Okay. That makes me feel better.
Yeah.
Because I did have concern about, because there are things that different sections may not really know.
Sure. Yeah. No, that's why I propose
spot.
to split the way it is. And if those offices have problems, we can talk about it again. But in essence, all it really is somebody different is initialing the claim.
Okay. My questions are answered, I guess.
So, what are we going to do? We're going to take this out of the budget, our budget?
Actually, no. I mean, we'll still have
the budget we approved.
Yeah. All those line items will still be there. It's just a matter of who's going to process the claims after Donna approves it, or initials the bill.
Yeah.
It's just.
And so now,
it's just a
criminal and juvenile be signed.
Like a county attorney.
Yeah. What about civil court and magistrate?
Someone in the auditor's office.
Yeah, we'll just. Actually, all we're doing is preparing the claims instead of Donna preparing the claims. We're still going to have those line items. We're still going to have those expenses. It's just going to be less work for her and more work for me.
And really, the only thing that this civil court item and 2 of these things down here on the 4th under the magistrate, judge, and miscellaneous, the only thing that I get on a monthly basis is the law library bills. Okay. The grand jurors are every other year or as needed. And I don't think I've used anything out of the civil court this year at all. It's once in a blue moon that something comes in and goes. So it's not going to be that big of a deal. It'll be more for the county attorney office. They'll be picking up more items than what the auditors would. But it's all things, it's going to be every case that they're handling and they're familiar with.
That's my concern.
Yeah.
And what, you need a motion to,
I don't think so. It's just a housekeeping thing.
just housekeeping?
Okay.
Okay. That
How are
it?
things going?
Very good. Very good. Using those lately, they've all gone smoothly.
Have they?
Everyone's different, so you just can't put one procedure on one case and expect it to go the same for the next. If everyone works together, it's good.
Have you heard, the Fort Dodge Center had been, again, still trying to hire a psychiatrist to be able to,
They have.
you haven't heard anything?
I mean, the
Sent
hospital.
anyone over there?
Trinity.
The last time we had went to Mary Greeley.
So I know in a couple different places that I've been for mental health stuff, the supervisors, one is Jane Halbert from Story County, and they're, because everyone else is now sending to Mary Greeley, they're having trouble placing their people.
Yeah.
And so it was unfortunate in Fort Dodge.
It would be great if they would get that back going over there, but Don hasn't placed anyone there, so I'm assuming we're still.
Well, they were actively trying to hire and all that, but it was going to take a large amount of money to get it done. So, thank you.
All right, thank you.
Is he done?